Hey, Coach Ron Rivera, surprise, your Washington Commanders have been eliminated. Mike Fisher reporting on the NFL and the NFC East, where there's a lot of moving and shaking as it relates to the Cowboys, who did not play, as it relates to the Giants, who clinched a playoff berth, as it relates to the Philadelphia Eagles, who have now lost 2 straight and are on surprisingly shaky ground, and for the Washington Commanders. After the game, a Commanders loss to the Browns, disappointing in so many ways for Washington fans. Ron Rivera expressed a bit of surprise at the possibility that, along with that loss, that another loss later in the day by another team could cause the elimination from playoff contention of Washington. We can be eliminated, Ron said. He later talked about how, well, the reason he wasn't thinking about that question is he was so focused on winning. But the fact is, he didn't know that they could be eliminated. This isn't the worst crime, that the football crime that Washington committed on this day. But yes, indeed, after weeks and weeks and weeks of Washington being in control of its own destiny, that's over. Green Bay's blowout of Minnesota, which puts the Packers back in play, at least for the moment, ends Washington's wishes for playoffs this year. Meanwhile, the Giants get a win, and they clinch a berth of one sort or another, in one spot or another, as the juggling continues. Meanwhile, and we say this all the time about making sure you show up, the Philadelphia Eagles, who everybody thought, hey, we're just going to keep rolling. It's just not the way it always works. They have now lost 2 straight. In addition to the loss of the Cowboys, they lose a home game to the New Orleans Saints. And they do it with Gardner Minshew not looking very good, certainly not looking as good as a healthy Jalen Hurts would look, but there isn't a healthy Jalen Hurts. And so you add up all these things together, and the Cowboys now have an opening. Next week, final week of the season, Cowboys need to go to Washington and win. That seems quite doable. And the Giants need to go to Philadelphia and win. Now, the Giants don't need that game. So the Giants have every reason to go ahead and use that like it's an exhibition week. The Eagles do need to win that game to clinch all the things they can clinch in the NFC. And so the Eagles will be heavy favorites, just like the Cowboys will be heavy favorites. But the people that are saying, what was the point of the Cowboys even bothering? Now you see the point. The people that are saying, shouldn't the Cowboys just rest people? Now you see that the way to rest people, the best way to rest people, is to win the NFC in the regular season to get the top seed. And then you get to rest people in the first week of the playoffs. You get a playoff bye, and that's basically a win. So the NFC East, the Cowboys sit on the couch and roll. The Eagles sit at home and get rolled. Washington gets confused by it all, and the Giants are in the playoffs. On the NFC East and the NFL, Fish out.